Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into Miracle of Teddy Bear. We're diving into episode 11. And yeah, no lengthy introduction, because like I've said before, these episodes are long enough, and heaven knows I'm probably going to talk for like another 20 so minutes at the end of this. So just grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, strap on in, and let's get to it. Okay, I saw that little bit of preview at the beginning of the episode, so obviously I see that they go shopping. Because the way Tofu was there looking, like they're acting like Nut died, I'm like, they... Tofu, just answer the damn question. The music and everything out here like Nut died or something. Like, y'all need to calm down. Stop with the dramatics and just say Nut went to work. Yet he got called into work, or he right here. Like, just don't give Mama a heart attack like this, because you could see Mama was so damn excited when Tofu went to her room the night before. It's like, hey, we're going shopping tomorrow. Nut's taking us. She lit up like a Christmas tree. Oh my God, she was so excited. And she came downstairs. She's like, "Do I look okay? I don't go out very often, so all I have are old clothes. Is this okay?" And like, she is so excited. She wants to just look her best, because this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. This is something that has not happened in a long time. Don't you play with this woman's heartstrings like this. You know she is sickly. You are liable to give her a heart attack or something. Okay, don't play with her like this, Lord. And granted, maybe Nut did go to work or something, but obviously from the little 3-4 seconds I saw of preview of next week's episode, we know that they go shopping. So like, whatever the situation, it wasn't that damn serious. Okay, so don't play with Mama like this, y'all. Don't do that. It's so rude and disrespectful. Fantastic episode. Fantastic episode. It just flew by. Normally, because before I dive into these episodes, I always look, how long is it? Is it going to be a little bit shorter? Because I know Topher's Thoughts section is probably going to be about, in my head, Topher's Thoughts is only going to be like 5-10 minutes. It always ends up being like 25-30. So I'm like, okay, am I going to end up with another 2-hour long reaction video I have to edit? My goal is always to try and stay below the 2-hour mark. And I've been pretty good recently. But yeah, this just flew by. It wasn't until maybe like an hour 15 the first time like I scrolled across the video just to see like how much time was left in the episode, not because I was bored or anything like that, just to get an idea. And like, we only had like 15 minutes left or something. I was like, oh well, damn, this just flew by. Okay. Yeah, fantastic episode. So much great conversation and development. I hate that all of the conversation that Nut and Na needed to have happened with every other character under the sun except each other. But, and it's not anything against the writing or anything like that, because this is how people are sometimes. There are some people in real life who just do not know how to have conversations with each other. They do not know how to talk with each other. They might be feeling all kinds of things. They might be totally in sync and feeling the exact same way and know that there's an issue that needs to be resolved, but they do not know how to talk with each other. They can talk with every other friend they know. They can talk with every other family member they know. There are so many people in the middle trying to play mediator and whatnot, but they just do not know how to have conversations with each other one-on-one, and it is frustrating sometimes. So I hate that every single important conversation that needed to happen between Nut and Na this episode happened between Na and Tofu, between Nut and Tofu, between Nut and between Tofu and Gen, and like, every important thing just happened between everyone else except the two people that just need to sit down and conversate. I've been having a conversation. I've been saying this for 11 episodes. Have it hell, I've been screaming this for years in various other series. Have it open and honest conversation. Granted, I get it that we would have so much shorter series if every character did that, but like, Lord, if there's one set of characters that statement applies to, it is Nut and Na. Sit down and have an open and honest conversation, for the love of God. So much could have been dealt with at this point in life. But I get it. Nut inherited his father's short temper, and he's been holding a grudge against his mother because he's felt that his mother is the biggest betrayer at this point in time. Like, yeah, his father has always been an asshole, but he thought his mom was in his corner, and the way he's viewing things is his mom betrayed him to take his dad's side, this, that, the other. And I understand why he felt that way. Like I said, all throughout the episode, like I've been saying the last couple episodes. One thing I love about this is that it just further illustrated the point that I was saying in my Topher thought section last episode, where Nut is seeing her as this antagonist who betrayed him, and I, having seen all the perspectives, outsider looking in, I'm not seeing her that way. Like, yes, she has her faults, and she admitted to them in her conversation with Tofu in the park there, and other parts. Like, she's made some mistakes. I'm not saying she's been a perfect mother or anything like that. She's made mistakes. She's had her faults. There are things she probably could have done differently. Things she probably could have done better. Marry a better man. But like, yes, she's got her fault. But in her way, what she had been doing that entire time was protecting her son in the only way that she felt in her power she could. Because, again, Sib, aside from just being a closed-minded, homophobic asshole, is a very aggressive, masculine, but very aggressive, very big, strong, angry man who, at the slightest inconvenience, the breeze blows from the left instead of the right side on the day, will just flip, will lose his shit, and will just start responding with violence. He is not somebody who knows how to have a conversation with words. From all we've seen thus far, he is not someone who knows how to solve his problem by having a conversation. He is someone who immediately goes straight to aggression. And when people are in those fits of rage, it is very difficult to reason with them, to have a sound conversation with them in a way that they will understand. So Sib is very much that aggressive type of person, and he has flown off the handle on many occasions at the slightest thing. Oh, he wanted a rainbow on his cake. I'ma beat this boy's ass. Oh, he had these paper dolls and he held this dress up. Oh, I'ma beat this boy's ass. Oh, he wanted to wear purple or something, or pink or something. Oh, I'm gonna beat this. Even before he started dating boys or anything like that, the slightest little thing of something would happen, and Sib's response is, I'm going to beat this out of him. Which I'm like, again, I do not understand the mentality of meeting people with such hate and aggression and expecting that to change. Expecting that to change them in some way, shape, or form. If anything, it just changes their viewpoint of you and makes them not want to be around you. Sir. Makes no goddamn sense to me. But yes, so Sib flies off the handle and wants to address every single issue with aggression and anger. You saw him. There were 2 or 3 times in this episode where, aside from slapping his own son, he was going to attack a minor, a high school child. He was going to attack him because he was romantically linked to his son. He was going to attack a child. Again, he was going to attack a child. That is the level of aggression and unstable mental states this man is in. So, she is married to that. Again, not the best decision, but we've already made these decisions. We can't take them back at this point. She is stuck in this marriage. And I don't think that Sib is the type to take divorce very well. I mean, hell, look at his brother. Sen is the sensible, nice one, and Sen's been trying to get a divorce. Never mind. I take that back. Sen's been trying to get a divorce. It's Jan who won't give him the damn divorce. But Sib, I don't think that he is if Nam walked up to him and was like, hey, I don't think this is working out. I would like a divorce. I don't think Sib is just going to say, oh, okay, that's fair. No. Hey, his pride would be hurt. You heard a very sensitive, hyper masculine, toxic masculinity, the emblem of toxic masculinity. You hurt their pride like that by saying that they are not the one, you don't want to be with them anymore. Oh baby, he's gonna lash out with a quickness. So even if not wanted to leave, I don't know that there was an avenue for her to leave while Sib was still alive. So she was protecting her child in the only way she felt she could. If you just listen to what Daddy says, he won't get angry and lash out at you. So it's not that she wanted to suppress who Nut was. It's not that she wanted him not to be gay or this, that, the other, or have friends or be in love or anything. It's not that she wanted that. She just wanted Sib to not beat her son to death. She wanted them to not fight. Like she said, she's got her own hang-ups where she had a not ideal upbringing or, home life, and she wanted to have a family where everything was going to be perfect. They were going to be a picture perfect family, and she was not getting that. So she was trying to keep the peace as much as she possibly could, trying to keep the peace and keep her husband from killing her son at every damn slightest inconvenience. So while we don't agree with everything she said and did, in her way she was doing it to protect her son, because it was the only way that she really felt that she could. So I understand that as outsider looking in, but not as the insider if not seeing it that way. So I do like the fact that all these conversations happened to open his eyes and to open her eyes and to open everyone's eyes, like, hey, y'all need to fucking talk. I love that those conversations happened. I just hated that they had to happen with everybody else in the universe. But again, that's just the nature of the characters themselves, and I'm not taking any issues with the writing. Only issue I have is I do feel like the conversation with the Jew was a little convenient, a little heavy-handed, because he's like, hey, can you come, I want to discuss this script. Now when I was reading this, it seems as though this mom and this son, the perspective of this son seems that his mom was upset at everything. But the way I'm seeing it, I think that they really. So why don't you tell me what's going on? Explore this bubble. I'm like, that felt a little convenient. I'm not gonna lie. And the conversation did dive a little deep and felt a little. But Jua has been, at least from what we've seen in the series, kind of like a fatherly figure in a sense to Nut throughout, at least him working there. So I could, if anyone were to have that conversation with him and it wasn't going to be Tofu, it makes sense, Jua, or, well, again, seems to be the only person who can really talk to Nut and like get him to realize things, except for Tofu now all of a sudden. But I feel like Jua is the other person besides Tofu who could really like, hey, I'm not in this situation you're in. I don't know what's going on. Playing dumb, but let's explore what's happening here. So it makes sense that it was him, but it did feel a little convenient for me that right now, where everything is in this episode, she was like, hey, you know that exact problem that you're having this episode? I'm seeing here in the script that exact problem, and I am going to sit here and find every single way that I can explain this to you as to why the mother actually cares about her son. It felt convenient, but okay, it explained away a lot of the things that I've been saying for the last couple episodes, so somebody needed to say it to Nut, so I'm glad somebody did, so I am thankful in that regard. We did have the little bit there with Prib trying to get Nut to look at the illustrations from Tarn's, it looked like Tumblr, honestly, but didn't quite get there. So we're getting closer to those paths crossing, but Prib does realize that Nut is the person in Tarn's picture. We started off with a lot of flashback, happy moments with Nut and Tarn, and then we went through the duration of their relationship with them going to the movies and Nut's dad seeing him together in public with a classmate. Again, for me, as an outsider looking in, Tarn and Nut coming out of the movies, chit-chatting, means absolutely nothing to me. Like, there was nothing about that dynamic out of context. Like, if I did not know that they were on a date, I would just think, okay. Because there was nothing about their conversation that was like super romantic or hot and heavy. They're like, oh yeah, the I really like the development of that character. Yeah, he had a crush on this person for a long. Like, they were literally just discussing the movie. There were no innuendos. There was nothing flirtatious happening. They were just two people who left a movie and they were discussing the movie. To me, that just seems like friends talking about a movie they just saw. Daddy sees them across the way and he's like, Nut, and drags him by the neck out the damn mall. And I'm like, sir, I need you to seek a therapist. Talk to somebody, please. You've got too much aggression in you for no goddamn reason. And then there were more instances like that. We saw the breakup. We saw the principal lady outing them. Asshole. We saw Sib try to attack Tarn again, attacking a child. We saw Tarn giving tofu to Nut. We saw Sib trying to attack a child again, then attacking Nut in the house, and trying to protect as best as physically, like, no, don't, nah. And Sib's ready to go in on him, and Nut's like, well, fine, I'll fight you back. And then Sib's like, you're gonna disrespect me? You wanna fight? And I'm like, bitch, you started this. What do you mean? At this point, this is self-defense, okay? This is more than just a parent giving their child a spanking or, punishment or something. Like, no, this is fucking self-defense. I'm gonna go to the kitchen and grab myself a frying pan, a knife, whatever I fucking can, because my dad is literally trying to kill me by my staircase. Like, no, fuck this shit. But Sib's like, oh, you're gonna disrespect me like this? I'm like, you so fucking delusional. And the frustrating thing is, these people exist in the real world and they don't make sense to me. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. Oh my goodness me. What else happened this episode? Gen and Song. Oh, my heart. I love them. The second ex-boyfriend came into the picture, like, I saw him and I'm like, I'm assuming you're ex-boyfriend, but even if you're not, I don't care for you. I don't like you. And then we find out, yes, it is ex-boyfriend, and conversation continued between Gen and whatever his name was. And Song is just watching from the distance, and you could see just in the way that ex-boyfriend was talking and the way Gen was reacting, like, yeah, Gen has been kind of protecting his heart and, trying to keep love at a distance because he was hurt by this boy. But you could see him actually, seeing him again face to face and interacting with him. He's like, I really don't care about this little boy anymore. Like, yeah, he's here with his boyfriend, fiance, whatever it is, and that's great. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes when you break up with someone and you have such it leaves such a bad taste in your mouth, or like they hurt your heart so much that you worry about seeing them again, or if you see them again, you want to make sure that you look your very best, and you want to have the best job and the best life going on and the best new boyfriend, this, that, the other, so you can kind of throw it in their face and like, yeah, I'm fine without you, that sort of thing. Again, it was just kind of like, yeah, no, that's not what's happening right now. I thought I might, feel some type of way if I ever saw you again, but I'm like, I don't care. I got a boy over there. And he's like, even if, I would still break up with you again, or whatever he said. And he's like, oh, I'm all grown up now, and I eat my vegetables. And he's like, yeah, that's great. And at this point, Song is walking off, and he's ready to go chase after Song. He's like, yeah, and cabbage. You don't still grow cabbage because I don't need that anymore. You don't have to do that. He's like, what? Yeah, no, I don't fucking grow that shit anymore. Bye. I got my man's over there. Like, he couldn't give a shit about this ex-boyfriend. I'm like, good. I'm glad this conversation happened because it gave Gen kind of the perspective he needed to let Song in a little bit. And yes, it was making Song a little bit jealous, and it gave them a reason to have a nice sit down conversation and talk about things. And even though we didn't get an official yes from Gen, it's an implied yes. They were cute. They're gonna go water their gourds, and sounds like an innuendo. And he picked him up and gave him a piggyback ride. It's fucking adorable. I fucking love those two. What else? Yeah, I think that's the majority. We got a lot of flashback. I'm still nervous about Tofu and his existence by the end of the series, because like I said in the beginning of this, part of me wants Tofu to stay around because I love him and Nut together, and I love the effect he's had on Nut and Na, the entire household, the family dynamic. I love it. But I see these flashbacks with Nut and Tarn, and I see the flashbacks with Tarn talking about how he broke up with his current boyfriend because he's still not over his ex when he's talking to Prib, and all this other stuff. It just feels like a love story that did not get a chance. And that's a part of me that's like, oh, I kind of want them to get back together because I want them to have that chance. Even if it doesn't work out, it may not work out. They may have grown into two completely different people at this point in time, but they'll never know because they never got the chance to live out that first love. They fell in love and they were torn apart, and they never got a chance to really experience each other, going to college, this, that, the other. In their growing phases as adults, they didn't get to experience each other, so they don't know if they are compatible, but they've been holding on to that love for so long, and part of me wants them to fulfill that and see if it will work. We also explored a little bit with Na and Alzheimer's, which is something I've been concerned about, honestly, since day one of this series. There's been lots of sort of warning signs that have been kind of sprinkled throughout, so it's nothing that catches me off guard. But since she seemed to be getting a little better over the last few episodes, I was hoping that we would not be going down that route, and we would just kind of okay, magically fix it, because it's the miracle of the teddy bear. But it seems like we might be going down that rabbit hole, and Na may not have as much time left as Na, which is probably why all of the furniture and things that she had have been going to sleep, because Na, she may continue to live, but she may not continue to consciously be her for much longer, and that is very sad, and I hate to see that happen, but that is a fact of life as well. So I'm hoping that she and Nut can sit down and have a conversation with one another before that happens, reconcile, and we'll see. But yeah, fantastic episode, and I made it under the 2-hour mark again. Good job, me. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.